Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Natasha Torrey, the one and only, as you can tell by this beautiful face. And today, the topic of discussion, we're going to be talking about women. How hard it is for us to navigate in this realm of dating today. Like, how many of us have that difficulty in our life where we're trying to figure out, are we going to be superwoman, or are we going to be the one that to cater to? So in today's topic of conversation, we're going to be discussing hypergamy versus Build a Man Workshop. What are we doing, ladies? What are we doing? Ooh, I have the faith that can move any mountains, yeah. Faith can conquer any man. Playing in my face, playing in my face.
Ooh, Multimo. What's in that cooking? I'm here for the topic.
Hi, I'm Penny Martha, and to be honest, I'm just here for the food. No, I'm just kidding. Really, I'm here because I definitely feel like we need to have a conversation about these relationships we're having with these guys that just feel so toxic. And without sisterhood and community, I don't know what I'll do. But I still want my plate, though.
Hi, I am Lyn Morrison, and I am the mother of the National Trans Visibility March. Just another day in the hood. The dish is ready. And the girls are ready to dish.
So we are here in the purple corner having a purple conversation. And today's conversation is about, what is it? I think we was talking about it last night.
You were telling me something during the ancestors was interceding.
Yeah, because yesterday, while we were out celebrating the National Day of Sex Workers.
Come on, National Day of Sex
Workers. National Day of Sex Workers. I was telling you on the way in about, your relationship with your partner and just like giving so much energy to these men and then getting disappointed in them.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And then kind of like spreading our energy
everywhere
out, but still not having resolved what's going on with them.
Right.
So, right now I'm not in a relationship. I would love to be in one. I'm talking to people, but nobody's serious in my life. But I would like that. And so I'm just glad, to be here with my sisters. Lynn cooked some amazing fish. I made some potato salad, and we are going to just get into this topic so we can go and eat.
Okay.
But yeah, how is your relationship status, Lynn?
As of now, I'm single. I've been involved with someone off and on for the last 25 years. I met them in 2000. And it has not been going great since we moved up here to New York. It has not gotten any better. I thought bringing him here with me would make it better. A new environment, new opportunities. Coming from the South to New York is a whole different vibe, a whole different feel.
They turned loose when you bring
and I thought that it would benefit him more so coming here than Georgia did.
And Lynn, and and Faith, what's going on with you? Like, is there any men in your life?
No.
Or life in your men?
No, I'm single. As single as a dollar bill.
So who was that man you was cussing out the other day?
That was the past. That was just the past,
But you cussed him out real good, like he was still the president.
Nah.
That's complicated. So yeah, it's complicated.
So do you think with the fast changing world, because Lynn and I was having this conversation the other day, and then I think Faith, you chimed in, that 10, 15 years ago, it was easier to get a man. And it was because we weren't as visible. They couldn't find us everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we weren't as in demand because we weren't so visible. And they didn't have all of these pics. When you saw one, it was like finding a magical unicorn or a mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so it seemed like even though they were kind of toxic, they were still, it seemed like they tried harder, you know. Is there hope for the model of man that you know we all are attracted to? Like, where do you feel like the tone is going with men these days? Do you think it's hope for us to find a masculine presenting man who treats you beautiful and you know, wines you and dines you and gives you gifts, but also respects you as his equal? Because I do think it's reciprocity. Like, you know, sometimes he wine and dine me, sometimes I wine and dine him.
Not today. Nope. I just like, that's why I decided like to tell you about this, because that made me think. I was watching something earlier about hypergamy. And that's really where I've been trying to be at in my life, hypergamy, when it comes to men. But then it seemed like you put too much expectations, maybe, if that makes sense, on to the circumstance. And I'm naturally a giving person. And I just feel like just people just come, take. And like, I want that given to me now, right? And that's very selfish. And they say, oh, you need to heal. So are we going to continue to build these men and possibly get hurt, go down a rabbit hole, or are there men that actually will appreciate when you're giving your all to them? That's what you was basically saying, you know, forget everybody else and just pour into this man. And it's given. I feel sometimes I do that and it gets vulnerable, and now you're taking advantage of my vulnerability. So now, but then I heard what you were saying, because that was like a confirmation. That's probably what I do need to do. Get rid of everything, right? And focus on him. Now, is he gonna appreciate it, or is he gonna get a job and they go treat me like shit like the rest? I don't know what the fuck. Where should I be at? Are we building a man, or should he already just come because I'm tired?
And see, I think if you focus on him enough, and that's the thing, like, a lot of our lives have gotten more demanding because more opportunities have been coming for us, you know, through activism, through work opportunities, through creative and arts opportunities. All of us are doing our own thing in the world. And so because there's more opportunities for us, we, you know, don't center them like we used to.
I do center them now.
They used to be the center of our world, honey. I can remember when the girls worshipped boys. Like, we worshipped them.
That's all I
baby.
ever did.
I'm tired.
Which was because that was the only recognition that they had at the time, to feel valued by something or someone. So yes, when they got a man back then, they poured them all into that, because that's the only thing that showed them value, that made them feel valuable. As far as I'm concerned today, like I said before, the men today are looking for their own knight in shining armor, their own prince to come save them. You know what I'm saying? They're not being the dutiful men that they're supposed to be, the guardians, the protectors, the provider they're supposed to be. They haven't been that. And I feel like, too, also, it's a difference of us dealing with a man who wants you to oppose a man who needs you. Because if he needs you, I mean, he needs something from you. Yeah. Whether it's food, clothing, shelter, money, he's in need. But if he wants you, that means he needs nothing from you.
What if he do need you, or it's both? What if he do? What if the ones that do need you? Well, we're gonna build.
What I mean by need, he can need you in a spiritual, loving way.
He's in crisis all the time.
Right. You know, either he needs some shoes, he needs some clothes, he needs some food, he needs shelter, you know, $1 or $2 for this, that, and the other. He's in need. When he comes in, he's in need. So therefore, when you prop him up, build him up, I feel like a lot of times they're going to dip out because they was never there from the beginning for you.
And I love what you're saying because that's the truth. Like, I have nurtured so many men, so many young men in my past to become their best version of themselves for the next person.
Yeah.
For them to give that to someone else and not give it to you, but you've shown them the greatest love you can show them.
And to be honest with you, I used to be bitter about it, but I'm not bitter about it.
And you show them who you really are by doing that. But again, if he wants you, all he wants is you and your time.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And that in itself can become a need. Because now he wants you and he also needs you. He depends on you. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be reciprocal. I want somebody to love me, want me, and need me in the way that I need them.
But if I could
I
just
don't
be,
want you to need them.
but if I could just
I want you to
be,
be independent.
That too.
if I could just be transparent.
Can I be that as well? Independent. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I could just be transparent about the ways in which I think we as feminine beings who lean more to our connection to our foremothers, I think that sometimes, okay, ancestor, move. But before you get swatted, I love you, but let me stop. I feel like we have a tendency, because of how things have been in the past, to attract men because we know they're visual. So we give them this fantasy, and then when he treats us like an object rather than a person, because we didn't present him with substance, we presented him with eye candy.
What the fuck is that?
I'm going to get into it. I mean, I know that this is something that a lot of us do. Like, a lot of us. When I was younger, this was something that I did. You know, I posed in certain ways. I posed in pictures in certain way. You know, I was always, turning to my backside every time I took a picture.
Would you do it for the male gaze?
I did it for the male gaze.
Right.
Because I was conditioned, and I want to finish the statement. But I did it because I was conditioned. And so for me, I feel like I wanted validation. And, not to go off topic, but I'm coming back to a point. I talk about this in my book. When we were younger, I went to kindergarten. The ones that were born with penises and the ones that was born with vaginas in the kindergarten, they were separated on campus. The ones with penises, they went on this side of the yard, and the ones with vaginas, they went on this side of the yard. And that happened in the first and the second grade. Another time that happens is when we get incarcerated. Unless it's a deputy or a warden, the vaginas are absent. It's just the penises. So I noticed that when the female energy or when the cis woman was absent, I got all of the attention. And it created a competitive spirit within me. I can't speak for anyone else, but I began to be competitive with beings who were born with vaginas because I knew what it was like when they wasn't around. I was the center. I was all about me, and so yeah, I did do thirsty stuff to get attention because there were rare times like when I started transitioning, I couldn't access male spaces like a gay man can.
Right.
Like they can still go in those male spaces. They can still go to the No Fats, No Films parties. They can still go to those spaces. We get alienated from those spaces when we choose to embrace our wholeness and when we choose to embrace the divine feminine, our foremothers. So we get alienated from those spaces, and where are the spaces where we get to be centered? Where are the spaces that they center us outside of jail and outside of grade school? So I think that it caused me to do some desperate stuff. I think it caused me to do some desperate stuff. So, to go back to the question, how do you feel? Do you feel like it's harder for us to get healthy relationships with our partners, because many of us have been conditioned to feel like we have to present ourselves like Jessica Rabbit, or we have to present ourselves like Buffy the Body, or we have to present ourselves like Meg the Stallion. You know what I'm saying? We have to be, this to get him. And then when he get us, he treats us like an object instead of seeing us, because they don't care about our activism. They don't care about our art. They don't care about our work. Men don't ask questions like that, typically, in my experience. How was your day at work? So you doing good? What did you accomplish? Like promoting you to get to the top. Like a lot of them envy you when you have ambition. And they want you to stay at a certain level, even if they don't have nothing. Now, if he meets you when you have it going on and you got money, of course he's gonna be happy then, because you his meal ticket. Mm-hmm. But if he met you while you didn't have anything, and you start to get ambitious and you start to get hungry while y'all together, then he's like, I feel like I'm about to lose you. I feel like, once you get to this level, you're not going to want me anymore. And that goes for when we get deeper into our transition. And it also goes for when we get more active in our work. So how do we navigate that? How do we work through that? Faith, what do you think?
I mean, you can't change people, and you need to do it for yourself. That's what I'm learning too. You have to, whatever you do, you don't really necessarily look for something back, but at the end of the day, you don't want to change your heart, because if you let every experience change you, it's just gonna be a rough road on this life. So I feel like a lot of times, whether you're with a man or a woman, or however you look at it, you kind of want to look at both perspectives. You know what I mean? Yeah, you may be climbing on to the top. That person might be feeling like you said, damn, ain't no more room for me. You gone. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm going up here. You gonna come, or you gonna stay down, or you gonna make me feel some type of way? And a lot of people, not just men, but our partners, whether I'm with a woman or a man, they may, if they feel some type of way, they gonna fuck your show up. They gonna make sure that they step on it and make you feel some type of way. And then when you leave, if you don't have a conscious mind, you gonna feel some type of way. You're gonna be like, damn. You gonna feel like my accomplishment, I shouldn't be happy about, because I'm feeling like, you know what I mean, like a second guess, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, okay, here come the bus. Are y'all coming? Come on. Oh, you're not? Okay, we'll see you. It's just, for me, that's what it should be, because once I let somebody change me, then I'm a bitter, evil, nasty bitch, and I hate that. I hate when like you said, you pour into a relationship with someone and you build together, or you at least show them things, and they give you, as my grandmother say, they ass to kiss, and then you sit there like a dog with your tail between your legs, either pissed off and mad at the world, or either fucking it up for the next person. So we have to kind of navigate that on, so we don't be bitter, because that's where I'm at with it. I don't want to be bitter. You fucked me over, that's your karma. That's the next bitch, whether we build them up for the next woman or person, that's their headache. It might not seem like it's not a headache. Oh, but baby, the raft is coming through. They gonna pass the piece like we used to do, boo. Okay?
So, Lyn, when do you feel like things started to get rocky? Like, when did you get verification? Because you've been making a lot of changes aesthetically. You've recently been acknowledged as mother of the Trans March of Visibility, and you are a social person. Like, you go to the hospital and you go and see about your sisters. You host gatherings so that, you can cultivate community. Do you feel like that's taken a toll on your relationship with your ex-partner?
In a way, I do. I feel like he doesn't know how to handle the attention that I may receive. I don't think he knows how to even when it comes to the change that I've made, perhaps like the weight loss, the facial feminization, the facelift I had done. I don't think he knows how to receive that, because life is about change. Things are not going to stay the same. And I don't look at it as though somebody's changing me. I look at it as though it's an add-on to a degree. Because you take from it what you're supposed to take. Each person you come in contact with is a lesson. Is what you take from that lesson and how you apply that to your life going forward. It could be bad, it could be good. What is what you do with that knowledge?
As long as you
That
learn
makes a
something.
difference. That's right.
You don't
That
learn.
makes a difference. But it should improve you. You know, it should improve you. And see, I'm 56. In they say every 20 years it's supposed to be a life-changing decision, a life-changing thing. I've made mine. So my thing with him was that I've been in transition, I would say, since 1990. I'm 56. So I'm able to go to a point to where I want to go further. So my question to him was at one point, did you at some point think I was playing? Did you at some point think I wanted to go further, or I wanted to stay right here at this level with it and not go nowhere else? And you were comfortable with me doing that. Now that I'm doing something different and moving further with my transition, you're uncomfortable. But I'm trying to figure out, why are you uncomfortable?
Pisces and Earth signs don't really care for switching up. Like, just, I'm not going to generalize them because not all are the same.
Because I'm like, is it because you're afraid I may get more attention? That another man could arise in my orbit, and you could feel threatened by that, you know, or just the mere fact of me doing more, period,
and him not being able to protect you,
you know. And if that is the case, then why not state that? Why not say that? And I hate the fact that men aren't more forthcoming with their emotions and how they feel than we are. But I can't read minds. We can't read minds. If you're not talking to us and telling us how you feel, how are we supposed to know and how are we supposed to apply that?
That's the one thing that I envy about lesbian relationships.
They communicate. And, you know, and they don't communicate as much. And they will come to us as too. Sometimes I feel like, you know, we get hurt, we shut down. You know, we shut down. You know, we get it like all men, you know, are all the same, but they are not the same. I do feel like there are some good men out there still. But keep in mind, too, as we go along, that they are navigating this system of fuckery, too.
That's right. They're being impacted by it as well.
You know what I'm saying? They've been told from their whole start that as a black man, they're nothing. They're thugs, they're gangsters. They internalize that. And then that also goes to play into who they're involved with emotionally and sexually with. They spend life with. That also interprets to that, too. How they even see. You know, I've heard this here.
It's masculine capital.
Right.
It decreases if they're with
if a man is misogynist with a cis woman, what make you think he's not even misogynist with a trans woman?
Prime example, when we was walking down the street, the guy who's been trying to talk to you was with his girlfriend, and you tried to look like he was shading you. Meanwhile, he was shading her too. He told Lyn, excuse you, so he could look in her eyes and his girlfriend wouldn't feel away. He said it with an attitude, but he wanted to look in Lyn's eyes.
He looked me dead in my face.
While he was looking in her eyes, he was doing his girlfriend like this, like shooing her away. And he was cute. He was a cute young man, handsome. And he shaded his girlfriend while he shaded Lyn. But he did it all strategically to get Lyn's attention and to throw his girlfriend off.
Not realizing, child, I wasn't really giving a fuck. I saw him, and bitch, that's all it was. You know, with me, a lot of times, with me, I'm like by me being 56, I see guys. I like a nice physique. I like to look at fine men. True enough,
we see it all on your Facebook, baby.
And that's all it is. So you would think, oh, since she's doing all that, oh, she's over there fucking up a storm.
You would.
She's having men running in and out of her house like a revolving door. I'm getting pound 24/7, taking dick all over, up and down, all over the walls and ceilings and shit. But that's not happening. I sleep every night in my bed with my 2 cats. They love me dearly. I can barely move, but that's not happening because I'm just not going for the bullshit. I'm too old for that. If you ain't coming correct, if you ain't coming with something substantial in a mindset in the right place, I'm just not dealing with all that. I also have time for all that.
And so I want to switch to Natasha. And you are an extremely ambitious woman. And I just want to take a moment to just ask you, do you feel like your ambition sometimes impedes upon your ability to invest in your partners? Do you feel like sometimes you might feel like I'm the prize because I'm accomplishing all this, I'm doing that, and you need to know your place? Do you feel like you may ever make some of your partners feel like that because you are so talented?
I feel like they come to humble me. That's what that is me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind it, but I am the motherfucking prize, bitch. The fuck you thought? And
so you don't want a partner that's the prize too?
They should be the prize, but don't don't belittle me.
That's fair.
Don't belittle me. That's period.
Don't stunt or sidekick me.
Right, because I'm not her.
Exactly.
I'm very much all three, Sigma, Alpha, Beta, whichever one, depending on what room I'm in. But listen to what they're not about to be doing. You gotta just be reciprocal, and I gotta know what's going on. And I'm a Cancer, so you want me, or am I for the streets, baby? Because it can be either way you want it to go.
I'll take the streets for 200.
But it's given that, and then it give. I do need to make a change, because what if I'm making the wrong mistakes and stuff? But then who knows when you're making a mistake with the right thing?
Life is about mistakes and this and that. But when you get a certain age, a lot of bullshit. Listen, I leave that shit for the kids. I really do, because once my heart is broken, or once you have tore your ass with me, I'm trying.
But that happens
not
in relationships.
But I have taken the bitter bitch feel a long time, and here lately I just been.
Well, I think sometimes with us, feeling the anger, you need to feel the emotion of what you're feeling. You need to go through that. Well, I feel like, yes, go through that feeling, feel that emotion, but don't sit in that spot, because it becomes damaging over time and counterproductive. Because at the end of the day, you do want to be loved by someone, and you don't want to become so bitter, so cold to where you pushing off what you could receive.
I push everything away.
Just by your
off to love.
I shut it
right.
Because you
can. It can be right there. You never know.
But I don't ever want to love somebody the same way I love my ex, or
well, for
I'm
one,
never cooking for another person like that again. Doing the same thing I did.
Anytime you love, I was going to say to me, every time you love someone, was it the same for each guy?
No, but I gave,
and that's the point. Every time you love someone, the love is different each time with each person. It's different every time. It's never the same.
Or
I can't explain. I can't.
But I think it's this. If they know I cook and sing, let's say I'm a singer, I cook. They expect a full course meal, a song by the bed. Listen, you can't drain a person. That's the problem with people. When you get a car, it's a half a tank, a full tank, a quarter tank. You got to keep putting gas in that for that bitch to go. You can't just keep running that bitch around. It's maintenance, and as a metaphor, I'm like, you got to give a give or take.
What I mean by that is that when the chemistry with each person that you have is not the same. So you're not going to love them in the same particular way you love the next person, because your interaction with them is not the same with every person that you date.
Yeah. But this is what I want to say. Do you think, like I heard what Faith was saying about past,
the lighting a candle with the past,
present, future. Just light it for right now, but I want to say this. So, as you were saying, they want you to do so much for them. And they know we're special. Like, they get mad at us and call us punks and faggots and men's and all that when they get mad. But they know who we are. They know we special. They know we different. They know we angelic. They know we are angels hiding amongst men, forced to walk through doors marked woman or man. They know what it is. That's why they're drawn to us. We help them become whole. We help them find who they are. That's why when a lot of times when they move on, they be more whole and they be more confident. They come to us for confidence and to be encouraged and to be empowered. And a lot of times they just don't want to share us. That is the bottom line. Like
it's not.
They just don't want to share us. They just don't want you. Why you gotta go and do that? Why you have to talk to this person? They'll be jealous. You know, this is a classic thing that even cisgender women experience. They will have sex with your friend to get your attention. And you know, we always used to respect the man that, you know, when the girls come over, he'll stay in the room and he wouldn't come out and talk to the girls.
Right.
But that make you question what he doing when he not around you. Because I want to see how you conduct yourself around my sisters. Don't hide in the room. Don't hide in the room. I want to see if lust's going to be in your heart. I want to see if you going to be able to contain yourself and control yourself and act with some decency. We used to live for the man that would hide in the room and he wouldn't socialize and he'll stay in the room while company was over. But now, come on, sit out here. Let's see what it's getting.
Right.
Let's see what it's looking like when all my bad bitch sisters come through. When they come through and break it up. Yeah, and I'm not gonna be mad at him for being a man and being attracted, but you don't have to lose your mind. You can appreciate beauty without having to cross the line, without having to be disrespectful
and act on that shit.
Right, you don't have to act on that. You can.
People think about a lot of things. It's when you actually, go upon doing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think that this has been a fascinating conversation, and it's definitely one that we need to continue. We could never unpack this all in one night. So before we get ready to close out by acknowledging our ancestors, is there anything that anyone else wants to contribute? Okay, we good. So everybody ready? everybody ready to eat. So we lit the candles to acknowledge our ancestors who are here, our ancestors who are coming, and our ancestors who have transitioned. Any ancestors who may have, ascended this realm, left here. So yesterday, December 31st, they call it Halloween, but I call it Ancestors Day. I've been calling it Ancestors Day for like 4 years now. And the next day was the Day of the Dead, and we had a beautiful gathering, and it was some good food, and we talked about a lot of stuff. And so this is just like the wrap up of that, vibe. I have been blessed to be able to stay here with Lyn for this whole month while I was getting myself together, finding placement. Faith came up and supported us, came up from Detroit. So we just kind of like been having our own little mini conference. It's just been like, it's been our own little mini conference. So, this is the wrap up of that. We've done a lot of work this past month. We've done a lot of work. And I just want to make sure y'all know, just because y'all don't see all of the vulnerable, personal, and private moments in front of the camera, just because you don't see the math, it doesn't mean problems aren't being solved. Mm-hmm. Period. And so remember to light your candles and to honor your ancestors, because baby, that election is coming and it's about to be some foolishness. And so a good way to
get out and vote, people. Get out and vote. It's important.
Yeah, vote for somebody. I'm voting for me though. But
that's another
I'm
video.
not telling you who I'm voting for.
That's another video.
I'm gonna vote for Satan.
Y'all have a good night. Purple ones rise, lay them, lay learning.
Okay, good.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I think that was good.
Yeah.